We're back on.
Yep.
We are out of executive session and back on the record in a public forum.
And no action was taken. Just to make sure the record's clear, no action was taken during the executive session.
Incorrect. And no, in echoing Attorney Allman's comments, no action was taken in executive session.
If you want to move forward with the a motion to take action on the documents that were listed on the agenda under item 4A through Q.
And I would ask for a motion for those documents.
So moved.
Take it. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? So carried.
So we'll go through a specific vote on each of the groups.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. First motion, whether the board shall accept the documents listed as agenda item 4A through C, E through L, O through P as sworn in complaints. Mr. Yusi,
No.
Mr. Armstrong,
No.
Mr. Bishop,
No.
Mr. McEnany,
No.
Ms. Palmer.
No.
Okay. Second motion is whether the board shall take any further action upon the sworn complaint set forth under item 4D. Mr. Yusi,
I'd recuse myself from that one.
Mr. Armstrong,
No.
Mr. Bishop,
No.
Mr. McEnany,
No.
Ms. Palmer.
No.
Okay. Whether the board shall take any further action upon the sworn complaint set forth under item 4M, like Mary. Mr. Yusi,
No.
Mr. Armstrong,
No.
Mr. Bishop,
No.
Mr. McEnany,
No.
Ms. Palmer.
No.
Okay. Whether the board shall take any further action upon the sworn complaint set forth under item 4N, like Nancy. Mr. Yusi,
No.
Mr. Armstrong,
No.
Mr. Bishop,
No.
Mr. McEnany,
No.
Ms. Palmer.
No.
Okay, and finally, a motion to table item 4G like George until next board meeting.
I
I'm sorry,
think that might be Q.
I'm sorry, Q. Q like quarter. Right,
Can I
Mr. Yusi,
Not next board meeting.
Oh.
Future board. Because we have a meeting set for something.
Okay.
Correct.
so this is going to be a motion to table item 4Q until a future board meeting.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Mr. Yusi,
Yes.
Mr. Armstrong,
Yes.
Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
Mr. McEnany,
Yes.
Ms. Palmer.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4Q is tabled, and no action was taken on the other items that were all voted down.
So I would extend the privilege of the floor and public comment. I do not believe that we have any.
I did have one thing I wanted to bring up maybe for the next meeting, because I know we're running out of time, but on the financial disclosure forms, I found a couple of the things slightly ambiguous, like there is question 4 asks if you have any interest. And I didn't know if we wanted to take a look at that. I know that there's a definition of interest but in the county, but then there's also a definition under general municipal law that aren't the same. So it's a little bit, I think, confusing when you're the one trying to figure it out. So I don't know if that's something that we could take a look at.
And I would just recommend that we make a note of that, and there'll be a point in the year where the board may wish to review the code to determine and make suggestions to the Board of Supervisors to kind of clarify, tweak, change
Mhm.
particular provisions, and that would certainly be one of them.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Any other comments? Going to number 5, any announcements? I hear none. Our next scheduled meeting will be on February 9th at 2 P.M. in the Board of Supervisors room. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?